Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Haley. Today's the day. It is the full wedding glam look day, not the hair. Obviously I'm getting my hair done, but I am doing my own makeup. So if you want to see how I got this bridal look, just keep watching. I am very, very cozy today, like I will be the day of my wedding. I wanted to be cozy like I will that day. I mean, this is pretty much how I'll be. I'm doing my own makeup in this very room that you see me in right now. The first thing you want to do is make sure that your skin is prepped really, really well. I use the Shiseido Essential Energy Hydrating Day Cream. It adds a lot of moisture in, which is great because we're using a very matte foundation. We are going to start with my first primer, which is the e.l.f. Matte Poreless Putty Primer. This is one of my absolute favorite primers for the T-zone. And then we're gonna add even more moisture in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer Plus. You guys know I love this product. I've been using it for literally years. I love this because it's really hydrating. I use it for the outside perimeter of my face, but it's also gripping, which is great for foundation. Okay, I'm excited. Foundation, one of my favorite makeup steps, pivotal for wedding makeup. I'm gonna be honest with you about something. On the actual day of my wedding, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be using Dior Airflash. But my backup is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I have the shade 1 and 2 Ecru, and we're gonna use this one in the tutorial today because they discontinued the Dior Airflash. Can you believe it? So I wanna use something that can actually be accessible for you guys. So this is why we're going with the Double Wear. I'm not 100% sure that I'm using the Airflash. I still might use this one, so it's good to still practice with both. I would shake it up and then I put it on the back of my hand, just kind of spread it around. We are full coverage today, my friends. Okay, now I'm gonna take this brush, the Sephora 70. This takes a lot of patience, but it creates a really flawless finish. Now I'm gonna take my Real Techniques sponge and just go over what we did. Okay, now clearly I have some blemishes, so I'm going to use a concealer to cover them up. This is the, what is this? Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Foundation in 3.5. All right, now I'm gonna do brows, and I'm gonna use the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit. I have the shade 3. Just going to brush them up, and I like to brush through them again after I filled them in, because it just gives it more of a diffused, natural look. And then not something I normally do, but because it's going to be a special occasion, I probably will also carve out my brows a little bit, just to give them a little more definition. And then take my beauty sponge again, just very carefully blend that in. Super pretty, love it. Now the next step is also very important. Make sure you find an eyeshadow primer that you trust. So I'm going to be going in with the Anastasia eye primer, and I like this one because it's white, so it helps make the colors underneath pop, but it's easy to blend in. Shadow adheres to it. I like to just use my finger. I've used brushes and stuff with this before, but I think actually your finger is the way to go with this one. All right, and then I'm going to set it down with a powder. I'm going to use the number 7 Lift and Illuminate. Okay, now I'm gonna be using 2 eyeshadow palettes. One of them you can't get anymore, which I know goes against everything I said earlier, but I wanna show you what I'm really using. Really, I'm only using one shade from this palette, which is the Matrix Neutrals palette from Makeup Geek, because this white is so good. But mostly we'll be using one that you definitely can get, and it is the Natasha Denona Glam Palette. We are gonna start with, like I said, the white, right here and on the other side. Now we are going for a very silvery, sparkly eye in this one, okay? My dress is very silvery, sparkly, more on the cool toned side, and so I want my eyes to reflect that. We're gonna start with this transition shade called Transition. It's a kind of a gray shade, and we're gonna put that in the upper crease, just kind of all over. Now we are going to darken up the crease a little bit with this brush from Sigma, with this crease shade right here. I'm gonna do a lot of blending. I'm gonna go back in with that other brush with just what's left on it and go back in. just to blend everything together. Same on the other side. And then I'm gonna take this brush here, and all my brushes are clean, by the way, and I'm gonna go in with this black shade called Lash Line and put it into the outer corner. It looks kind of crazy right now, but I promise it'll come all together. We're gonna go in with this inner corner shade, but we're gonna actually put it all over the lid. It is so soft and so pretty. Now we are gonna go in with this shade here called Outer Eyelid with this brush and blend that into the outer corner. And then honestly, with my finger, I'm gonna press back into that silvery shade just a little bit and go back over to help blend. Okay, now this is the part I'm gonna try really hard not to mess up on. I'm gonna put a liquid liner, but I'm gonna try to just make the babiest of wings. I'm gonna use the Physicians Formula Waterproof Eye Booster. I definitely would go with waterproof. I know I'm gonna be crying the day of for sure. I honestly think that is perfect. If I can replicate it on the other side, that would be great. Okay, I think I actually managed to get it fairly even. Yay, I feel like I don't do that on camera. It's a little bit more. And we actually will be darkening this line a little bit later. Obviously, I have some fallout. One thing I did wrong, I should have started with the eyes. I'm just so used to always doing the base first. The day of, I definitely will be doing the eyes first, but if you prefer the base first, one really great way to clean it up is actually just with concealer. So kind of just tap. If you have a lot to cover in your under eyes and you have a full coverage concealer you love, I would go with that one. For me, fuller coverage just never ends up looking that good on me. So I figured I would go in with one of my tried and true. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. Definitely a tried and true for me. Then I'm gonna take this concealer brush and then I'm gonna take a sponge. Same thing on the other side. Now I am going to set that down with the same number 7 powder. It just does such a good job of smoothing everything out. Now I'm going to put a little liner on the lower lash line, but a light color in order to help open up the eyes. So this is the LA Girl Ultimate Eye Intense Stay Auto Liner. And this is the shade, I don't know if it says a shade on here, but this is kind of like a, I don't want to say salmon, but it's sort of a pinky, natural kind of color instead of just like a stark white. And on the other side, notice how that just brightens things a little bit. I know it looks kind of crazy, but we're gonna put some shadow down there too. So I'm gonna go in with this flat brush and I'm gonna just mix together the crease and transition shades like what we have in our upper crease and go right underneath, going in like 3/4 of the way into the inner corner and then just sort of connecting it to almost make a V kind of shape. It's really pretty. I'm really happy with it so far. Now we're gonna go in with some cream products. Now to cream contour, I'm actually gonna go in with this Patrick Ta for Face. It's their cream contour and powder bronzer duo in She's Statuesque. I'm going with this one. I was torn between this and the Breezy Cream bronzer from Tarte, but this is a true contour kind of shade. It's sort of like more gray toned instead of that one's sort of warmer. So I'm gonna take my Putty Primer Applicator brush and just go in and then kind of do the hollowed out cheeks thing to contour. And then I'm gonna take this this e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush to blend it in. I love this brush, you guys. This is probably my favorite brush. It's good for so many different things. And then I'm gonna do the same up on the forehead. Just kind of contour. Going with the Ultimate Blending Brush. So here's the side that's contoured, here's the side that's not. I don't know if you can really tell on camera. And then, you know what, I'm gonna go over with the sponge I used with the foundation again, just to make sure everything's all blended out. Should I do some nose contour? You know what, I think I will. I'm just taking concealer brush. I'm not taking this to contour a little bit. I almost never contour my nose, so this is unusual for me. I'm gonna take this and we're gonna do that. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not gonna do like any kind of crazy nose contour. Just trying to make sure I also look in my bigger mirror so I can kind of see far away. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So now it's time to go in with powder. And I'm gonna take this big fluffy brush and go in with my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder and just kind of powder all around. This powder can be very messy, but it's a great powder. That's why I would definitely say, like, don't be wearing your, if you're gonna do your own makeup at least, I don't know, even if someone else is doing your makeup, I don't recommend doing your makeup in your wedding dress or any clothes that you are, you know, really, really care about. Cause I don't know, I hardly ever actually like wear what I'm gonna wear for the day while I'm putting makeup on. So now we're gonna go in with actual powder bronzer, and I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear 24-Hour Bronzer. I love this bronzer because it also gives a lot of coverage, which is great. And I always use a big fluffy brush like this with bronzer. And it's kind of hard because the pan's a little small for this brush, but I just sort of coat it. And then same thing up here. Kind of like following what we did with our contour almost. Just not as exact and concentrated as a contour would be. And then down here as well. Just to help blend everything together. I love that it adds coverage because that's right in my problem area too, where I have like texture and stuff like that. Now we're gonna go in with blush. I've actually come up with an interesting blush concoction. So I needed something a little cooler toned, which can be hard to find. And I like glowier blushes. So I finally settled on this Milani baked blush in Petal Primavera number 14. I'm just taking this Sigma, this duo fiber brush, put it all over. I just love that this is more cool toned. I think that it works really well with this eye look. So pretty. And then for a smidge of color, cool toned color, I got this Milani Wild Rose Powder Blush. This is number 13, and this is very pigmented, but I just take a little, like literally just 1 or 2 pats, pat some off on my arm there, and then just go over this. And notice that that just adds a tiny bit more color. Isn't that pretty? But I found that this is the right concoction. Like, I can't put the matte one first and then put the shimmer on for some reason. It has to be the shimmer and then this on top of it. But I think it's really pretty. Like, you still have the sheen and a little bit of cool toned color. I just think it's beautiful. Because this is more of a cooler toned look, we're gonna go in with the Luxe Pro Powder Pearl Luminizer from JCat, because you can really build this up or you can tone it down if you want. I'm gonna take this brush here and just... And then on the other side, tip of the nose. Now I'm gonna go in with setting spray. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. We still have more makeup steps to go a little bit, but I like to kind of set things at this point. This is great because it increases the longevity of the makeup, but it doesn't actually change the finish of the makeup. And I'm gonna go in with brow gel. This is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. Don't want those to move. And then we're gonna go over our liquid liner with another liquid liner that is much more matte and waterproof. I just don't love the applicator on it. That's why we don't use it in the first place. This is the Milani Waterproof Stay Put Matte Liner. I love that. It just kind of darkens things up, as you can tell. Like I said, it's waterproof. It makes things more matte. I really like it. Now, you know what's really gonna make all the difference with this look are the lashes. So the lashes that we're using are these Kiss full volume set lashes. It's supposed to look like lash extensions. This is the full volume set, and these are really pretty. They're a little long, so we're gonna have to cut them. So they look like this. I've been wearing fake lashes more and more lately, but not any that are this glamorous. So I'm just gonna cut off a little bit off the end. You can just measure your own eye and see what you want. I think this should work. The lash glue that I'm going to use is this iEnvy Super Stronghold Eyelash Adhesive Clear, and this is actually by Kiss. And I'm gonna take these tweezers. These are kind of pointy for this task, but I don't have my other tweezers with me right now. You know, you just have to make sure that you're gonna be really careful. We're just gonna plop these right on there. Okay, they're pretty much on where I want them, and now I just kind of pinch them into place. My real lashes. Well, getting those on was a fun ordeal, but it actually worked out because my phone overheated. I've been filming this video for so long. I really love these lashes. I love how wispy they are. I feel like they're very glamorous, but not too like, whoa, that's too much. You know, sometimes when you see fake lashes and you're like, wow. At least on me, I'm like, whoa, those looks like spiders on my eyes. Now what I'm gonna do is actually blend the real lashes with the fake lashes very carefully with my Monsieur Big from Lancome. This is the waterproof one. Once again, highly recommend waterproof. I normally wear tubing mascaras. You do not want to wear a tubing mascara if you're crying, because the way you get tubing mascaras off is with warm water, and your tears are warm. Do not recommend doing that. Definitely go with a waterproof. And like I said, not like crazy coating them, but just enough. Kind of blend them together. And then of course you want to do the bottom lashes too, especially because you put that liner and powder down there. Oh my gosh, I am so excited about this. I think it looks really, really pretty. What do you guys think? Of course, we still have to do lipstick. It was ridiculously hard choosing a lipstick. I finally think I've settled on Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. I tried to find a high-end lipstick that I hadn't used before that I wanted specifically for the wedding day, that every time I used it, I thought about the wedding day, but I couldn't find any, especially on Island, like at Macy's and stuff at the cosmetic counters. They didn't have pinky nude shades. It was really weird. Just gonna line my lips. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk liner too. I'm gonna add some of this Maybelline More Blonde from their Ultimate Slim lipstick on top, just to lighten it up, just a little bit. Right. Okay, friends, I think that's everything. Sorry I don't look more glam, but this is literally probably how I'll look before I put the dress on. I'm getting my hair done actually after I do the makeup. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you'll subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, I hope you'll hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you guys. Bye.